Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. I'm going to try and keep it down. She is in there sleeping, but I have express permission. I keep telling her every morning, I said, I don't want to get out there and talk because you're sleeping. And let me show you what's going on out here. That's what I do every morning when the sun comes and kills us. Look, another full house. Look at this place. They come in here and then they pull out. Now they might be here for the weekend, for the holiday, for the fireworks and all that. Let me get you back up here. I got some Highlander grog. I don't have much. Let me show you. That's my drawer of gold. $15 for all that coffee. All right, let's get at it here. Filters. I brushed my hair and put a washcloth on my face. That's all you get this morning. But I wanted to say good morning to everybody. Hey, it's the 1st of July. Man, the time flies by, doesn't it? You really got to live your life. I just can't believe it. Tammy and I are just trying to decide, where to go next. I still got 9 days here. We're going to get out there on the golf course in Cedar City because it's not as hot here. I wouldn't ask her to go out there with me down there in St. George, even though those golf courses are beautiful and I wanted to play one of them. Johnny Vegas is really wishing I would go play one because they're magnificent. But, it's 4th of July. It's July. It's hot. And it's just like being in Vegas down there in St. George. It's hot. And she can't sit there in that heat. I don't want to sit there in that heat. But up here we can do it. And you can do it down there too if you... Johnny says, get up at 5:30 in the morning and go tee off. I'm going to do 3 of these spoons out of this package. And that leaves me enough for another pot. So let me show you what I'm doing here. Let me get you in here. You ever seen anybody make coffee before? I'm sure. Now, where's all this water I know I have? Gotta buy some more. Always gotta buy water. Oh boy, are you kidding me? We're down to the last bit of water. Oh no, they're in the cabinet. That's right, she put it in the cabinet. We got water, but you always gotta buy more. What are you guys gonna do for the 4th of July? We will probably see some fireworks by looking up. But we may go somewhere. Normally every year, we don't do anything but step outside. We can always hear them. All right, that is on, and that is brewing. Now let's get to other stuff. Let's talk about other stuff. Oh my gosh, so early in the morning. Not really. 7-Eleven. Doesn't get dark here till 9, so, we're up till 10:30 or 11 before we're ready to go to bed. Yesterday, after we ate, we went to Zion last night. That's right. Zion National Park is right here. the next exit down, there is an entrance to a part of it. And if it gets any better than that, I don't want anything to do with it. It was amazing. And I did video it, but I can't put it up because it's a national park. That's right. Now you would think, with all this rumor, that you can't put a video up, a schmuck like me, on a, an iPhone on a selfie stick can't walk around and video and put it on his social media like Facebook or YouTube, that would be, some kind of a problem. You would think even if that is not allowed, that there would be a big sign as soon as you drive into the national parks. Hey now, no videoing and putting it on social media. But there's no signs. There's nothing. There's nothing warning. There's nothing talking except on YouTube. You hear these guys, and I'm beginning to wonder if it's a bunch of bull. That, it's not even a problem. But I'm not going to put anything up because I didn't put anything up with the Grand Canyon either. And I'm also not going to go into the south entrance of Zion. I've talked to 3 people, and they've confirmed it, that you can no longer drive through Zion National Park. You have to get on these buses, and the lines are long. My co-pilot John even told me the same thing. If you're going to crush Zion National, you better hit it early, just like these golf courses in St. George before the heater comes out, because there are long lines. And I can believe that, because I remember when I went to Moab with my 4Runner and I went to Arches, there was a long line. Very long line. Just to pay to get in. So let me show you guys what I bought. You guys will be so happy. Filled with all kinds of chemicals and sugar and all kinds of other goodness. It's Miss T's favorite, but she doesn't really drink coffee, so. But when she does, this is a real hard flavor to find. It's called amaretto. And she saw it on the shelf there at Walmart. So I'll get it. And if you decide to have a cup, you'll have some amaretto. But it does take away the whole coffee taste and gives you just this taste. But I used to only drink coffee with that hazelnut. Then I got on the no sugar with cream only. So we'll roll this way for a few days. You only go around once, folks. So yesterday, here's something else that's very distinguished about the West. You know those wind farms that I showed you guys when I had the cramper, when I was traveling cross country, those things that make electricity, those big wind turbine things? That's because there's wind. And I don't know why they don't have them right outside here. Yesterday the winds were 50 miles an hour. I mean, they were blowing this camper. It was crazy windy. JV, he said there was that wind in Vegas. There is some wind out west that blows. Comes over these mountains and swoops down. We get wind in Florida, but not as prevailing and as often as we're getting here. Don't get me wrong, it's better than, no wind and hot air But at the same time, in Vegas, when it's windy like this, and in July, like their hottest month, the wind is that heat air. So it's like a heater blowing on you. Let me tell you, the desert is a very beautiful, beautiful place most of the year. In the summer, that's why it looks like it does. It's uninhabitable. It's a cooker. But like when I first got to Bullhead City in Laughlin a couple of months ago, and I caught the tail end of the good weather, amazing. Cool nights, the weather, that sun would go down, and that temperature would just drop. You could sleep in the camper with the windows open. No air necessary. I even did in this one. When I couldn't run my generator after 10 p.m., I opened up the windows. Oh, it was amazing. And then it would warm up, you know, toasty during the day. And then at my tail end there, before I left, you know, and before Miss T got here, coffee's almost done. You hear it brewing? You know, jackrabbits were carrying canteens. I'm on the golf course out there at 110 degrees. Then I talked about 100 wasn't bad. And 100 isn't bad. 90 isn't bad. But when it starts getting over that 100, 105, 107, eventually it changes. Just like I told the T yesterday. If you look at 80 and then 70, there's a big difference, right? Between 80 degrees and 70 degrees. Every degree makes it hotter. So we're here at 6,000 feet and it's still warm. I mean, it was 93 yesterday, but it wasn't bad at all. Not at all. So where do we go from here, right? We don't have to go anywhere right now. But that time is coming close. You have to hook up the truck and take off. Oh my gosh, that is good. I don't know if it's the combination. That's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. Man, I can't wait for the next cup. I'm gonna get fired up now. So, first of the month. That is so good. Today, this morning, here's what she's gonna do. She's gonna come out here. She's gonna have a piece of toast or something. We haven't even opened our oatmeal yet we bought. I got a thing of bananas right here. She'll have a little bite of something, and then it'll be, all right, let's go walk. You gotta go walk. Gotta go up and down that road. We gotta walk. She's dragging me around everywhere, walking. Walk, walk, walk. We've been sharing our meals. Yesterday we experienced Applebee's. I didn't video it. We haven't been to Applebee's in a long time. And it's right in front of the Walmart and across the street from Chili's. Well, we've been wearing Chili's out, so we didn't want to go back there either. It had a very nice atmosphere inside. We really liked it. And what we got was an Applebee's burger and split it with some fries. I drank water and she got herself her Coke. We did that while we were waiting on the truck to get the oil change. And we just walked over there. I could not believe they told me they would take my truck in and it'd probably be done within an hour. I couldn't even believe that. That's unheard of. And it was a Sunday though. And everything around here on Sunday is slow, buddy. Let me get a little higher. I keep I'm looking down. Ah, there we go. Everything, you know, a lot of businesses aren't even open. Most were. We didn't have any problem, you know, finding something to eat and whatever. But got that oil changed. They reset that maintenance light. They did a good job. Always make sure, though, I don't care if you get it done at a dealer, even if you have your friend do it at your own private mechanic, it doesn't hurt. Is to raise that hood, have you a napkin or something, and pull that oil stick out. Let the be on a flat ground. Stick it down in there. Let the oil drain back down. Let it sit for about 2 minutes before you check it, so you get an accurate reading. And make sure your oil is full, not over and not under. You want it right on the money. But 8.5 quarts is what a Toyota Tundra takes. Most cars take 4.5 to 5 quarts of oil. And you can get an oil change for, I think it's $45 or something like that at Walmart for the synthetic. And a regular oil change used to be like 20-something dollars. It might be $30 now. I don't know. But to pay $70 like I paid yesterday, a few dollars over that, for a 8.5 quart full synthetic 020, whatever the Toyota requires, I'll promise you, you're not going to pull into some independent. You're not going to go into any Jiffy Lube. You don't even do that anyway. Absolutely stay away from them. Those people are the ones. Those are the ones that when people leave comments about Walmart messed them up or something, go to a Jiffy Lube or a Monkey Wrench or a Monkey Grease Pit or whatever those. They get these different names, but most of them are Jiffy Lubes. Horrible, 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 and expensive. But if you went to a dealer, I guarantee you, not only are they going to, you remember what happened? I made a video. They tried to sell me $1,500 worth of stuff while they did my oil change. And guess what? Here's another thing to be warned about. You want to use your dealer, go ahead. I don't say that, they can't do it. They'll do an excellent job. You just got to make sure they fill your oil up, because they shorted me a whole quart of oil. But they will page you, or they have this system where they go in and they first want to try and sell stuff. So they look for things on the car before they even want to get to doing your service. Meanwhile, you're waiting around, and they will not do that oil change until that service advisor, this is what they do in Florida, it's kind of high-techy. They will want to reach out to you, call you on your phone or text you, and until you respond back and let the service advisor try to sell you on $500 worth of stuff you don't need, or $1,000, they won't begin the work. So then you've got to talk to them. They don't tell you after they change the oil, by the way, you needed this or that. No, they want to do it now. The oil change is nothing to them. So I got no use for them, to be honest with you. Yeah, that Walmart does a good job. If Walmart ain't got it, I don't need it. So all the Walmarts around here have a service center too. The 3 I found, there's 2 in, one in Hurricane, one in St. George, and there's one here in Cedar City. And somebody left a comment. They live in Texas, and most of the Walmarts they've ever visited didn't even have an auto center. There has to be a super Walmart with auto center. And there are a lot of them that don't. There are. That's unfortunate for you. So you have to find somewhere else. But I would never drive out of anywhere without checking my oil to make sure it's full. But I'm glad I got it done, because now I'm going to tow the trailer. I got good oil. And I've been driving around this dang 150 degree heat. Whew. Toyota's doing good. Take a look at her. Before I took up this traveling bit, all I had to do at home in Florida was wax on my cars all the time. If you watch my earlier videos, a year ago, that's all I did. I absolutely have a passion about washing and waxing. I think on the 4Runner, we had a running joke about I had 43 coats of wax on it. I kept that baby looking good. And I'm proud of my my vehicles because, you know, most of my life I've never had anything really expensive. I just didn't want to spend the money, and early in my life I didn't have the money. So when I do get something, I take care of it. I see people riding around these Mercedes-Benz. They got more brake dust in the front wheels like they've never even washed it. They don't deserve that car. You know, some people, they're different. So let's get some more coffee. Let's get a second cup. And we'll end this video. I got a few more videos for you today. Like I said, last few days, playing catch up with Miss T, spending time with her. We went to the national park. I did video it, can't put it up. We did take that drive to Duck Creek where I went and showed you guys, made 2 videos now, up there at 10,000 feet. She's so funny. She goes around like this. We're going down I-15. There's mountains everywhere. She's always pulling her camera out doing this. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, and she sends them to her family, you know, little shorts. People down there on the sandbar that's never seen a mountain either. Oh, they have, but she's in amazement. You're just in awe here. It's crazy beautiful. And then, to a degree, you get used to it. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, I'm looking out here. Take a look at yourself. Right in front of my face. Big mountain. When we went to that Zion entrance yesterday, you go down the road, you see these mountains, big mountain. But when you go in them and go to these parks, you can't see these roads that are in them, but there's roads that go in them and up them, of course. And you find canyons that you drive through with huge slates of rock on both sides of you. I mean, if I could have shown you what I saw yesterday, it was kind of like that Virgin Gorge, but all this red rock and right on you. I mean, like crazy cool. And we met these really nice people too. Hang on one second. I had a sneezing attack. We met these very nice people. I don't believe I got their names, but I gave them my card, and they were visiting. And we saw them going into Zion. There's these places, you know, you pull over and look, you know, the pullouts. And they were kind of like parking lots, not just pullouts. A couple of them were pullouts. We saw them at least 4 times going up to what they call Kebab Lookout. I think it's Kebab here. What is this place called? Caleb, wherever I'm at. And in fact, my co-pilot sent me the email yesterday. I didn't know how close it was. Thank you very much, John. We do read your emails, and we do some of the things that you suggested. John, the co-pilot, is the hardest working person on my channel that sends invaluable information to me every day. And most of it I don't even use, but he thinks if you go this direction, you can do this. If you go that direction, you can do that. RV parks, weather, places to do, go see. What a hard worker. Kudos to you, John. Thank you, my friend. So we meet these people at the lookout, like 4 times we stop. We get acquainted. They tell us that they were in Vegas earlier yesterday morning, drove here. They're from Canada, originally from Brazil. They had that Brazilian accent. They did not have Canadian accents, but they live in Canada. And he's a business person, and he's flown to Orlando. He's been to Sarasota. We chatted a few minutes, and they are going, this is what I wanted to tell you, backtracking now. From here, they're going to Pismo Beach. Now, I've got a subscriber, Pismo Paul. Even Miss T knows his name, because I was trying to think of it yesterday. I said, there's a guy that comments all the time, and he uses, you know, Pismo in his name. And Miss T says, Pismo Paul? So, what's over there? I know that it's a bunch of sand dunes and stuff, like people can go with their trucks and things, but what is it, like a nice quaint town like Carmel or something? Sounds like it. So I started getting a little envious, thinking, man, I need to go to Pismo. After they leave Pismo, they're going to San Francisco. Now, San Francisco, I've been there twice. Very far in between visits. My most recent visit, I was there with my sister, actually, on a cross-country trip. We saw the Golden Gate Bridge and drove down, through it. And, it was all right. We had lunch at a place, and then we just kept on going. And ended up getting up into Tahoe. But everybody keeps telling me and warning me about the atmosphere there now. And what I concern myself about is if I went to any bigger city like LA or San Diego, we found out there's 10 times as many people now as there was the last time I was there. And it just takes all the fun out of it, folks. When you get into these big crowds of traffic and you're trying to have a vacation and go and do, and I don't have a prison job. I'm not there. I don't have to be there. So I prefer these little smaller places, but Pismo sounds nice. Carmel and getting to Big Sur and going up there to Monterey, that all sounds nice. I've done that before. And a certain part of me wants to, pay here for another month or a couple of weeks, rent a car again and go. Or just make our way on out of here with the Crasher and the Idaho and the, what's it called? What's up there? Idaho and Oregon. I just can't seem to grasp what it might be. As far as, after you go to Laguna, man. Whew. I'll tell you what I am learning, and I hope this doesn't offend anybody. As far as the RVing and traveling, I did see some RVs when I went to Duck Creek yesterday. They were down in these little campground, little dirt road spots in between trees, and people that like fishing, hunting, hiking, and seclusion and whatever. I get it. They got their prison job. They got off for the weekend. It's a holiday weekend. They want to go camping. They take their family. They have a little fire. The whole camping experience. And I've done that. It just doesn't seem to be what I want to do with this camper now. What I want to do with this camper when I travel is be where I'm at right now, in like a resort type thing. Now, this doesn't have a pool. I would like even a nicer place, but this is upscale. It's nice, open, freeway access. Then you can go and do stuff. Go golf, go see things, go to lunch. There's a Chili's nearby. There's Walmarts nearby. Stores. I don't want to be out in the boonies. I don't want to be camping for no week or so up in some national park somewhere for $4 a night because it's a national park and I got a pass and I can be up there and it's all beautiful. I got beauty right here. I see beauty. I can go to beauty. I just want to, I don't know if I'm describing it right. I just want to be where there's stuff. Not cityfied, but out in the boonies, no. I'm not interested in that. So that's the kind of travel I want to do. So as we go up 15, we got Provo, Salt Lake City. That's too big. I don't want to go anywhere near that. And then John sent me an email that sounds very, very convincing to go to. Herbie, Burby, I don't know, somewhere between Provo and Salt Lake, a little to the east, and then moving on towards Deadwood and all that kind of stuff. And now I don't even know about that. I'm thinking maybe go straight east to Colorado and check out, I know there's more mountains and stuff, but something about Grand Junction and this and that. I don't know. And that California is just, I got hooked on that place. That Temecula was nice. It really was. Right before we left, we went to lunch with California Steve, And right around the corner from where we were staying was like mall and restaurant row. All this shopping. But it's settled into this beautiful area with mountains, that old town. And that's the kind of life that I like. That's the kind of stuff that Miss T likes. Out in the middle of nowhere is not what we're looking for. And I got nothing against beauty, driving through it, staying overnight in it, and then move on. But like Cedar City here, that's about as small as I want to get. Because if you come to Cedar City, if you blink, it's going to be a big city because they're growing and building so much around here. I'll bet you, should I return here next year, if I would, I wouldn't even recognize it. There's so many places everywhere, folks. They are exploding construction of residential places and apartments. I don't get it. They went from they can't buy a board, boards are too expensive and no materials, to everybody and their brothers in construction. And they're just throwing stuff up. Now, let's switch gears before I end this video. Speaking of that, I've been hearing through the grapevine, what do you guys know? That housing is about to take a correction. I know, I hear you laughing. They've been saying that for years. But I got a commenter, I don't think I've ever seen him comment before, that says that before we buy or look to buy, like in Sarasota, there's been an over amount of inventory. And so the prices are coming down because there's so much inventory. That's what will bring prices down. So maybe all this blowing up that they're doing is going to help us. So, I mean, I don't wish the houses to come down on people that just bought one last week and their property values go down. But the fact that we haven't bought yet and we would like to, get a lower price, even on rents, I mean, whatever. Lower prices, baby. Affordable housing. That's what we want. So, and then I read something else that's along those same lines, that there's kind of becoming an abundance of inventory in some areas, which is going to cause prices to come down potentially now and more in the future. So what do you guys think about it? Do you think the election has anything to do with what might happen? Do you think, any of that? But they're just throwing them up like people are waiting in line to get theirs. And I don't understand that, because who has got the income that it takes for the bank to say you're approved? You can want it all you want. I want it. And even if I was agreeing to pay it and couldn't make but 6 payments and go bankrupt, these banks are not going to give it to people that can't prove that they can't sit there for 10, 20, 30 years and make these payments in and out every month. And at these rates and at these prices, I know a lot of people are coming over from New York and California, and they have a lot of money on a house they sold, and they can pay cash for houses in Vegas and other places in Florida and still have money left over. And, that's great for them. But, maybe that's already, maybe they're still selling up there and they're still coming and they're selling them to those people. I don't know who it is, but it ain't me. I drove Miss T yesterday around some of the places I made a video for you guys with some residential over near Walmart in Cedar City. Beautiful homes. Remember that one video where the houses are literally, it was, what was that name of that subdivision? Well, can't think of it right now, but I mean, literally you could touch the houses. They were right next door to each other. I think they were like 430,000, 400,000, somewhere in there. Little 3.2s, brand new. And I guess that's not, it's expensive. That's expensive. But when you think about how expensive some of them can be, not too bad. So anyway, let me finish this coffee. I know I've woke her up. I know she hears me in here yammering. She says, "Oh, don't worry. You can make your morning chat and I'll I'll lay in there. I'm awake. I can hear them cars on the freeway and and do your thing, and then I'll come out. But I was going to video yesterday. I keep saying I'm going to end this video. She was in here cooking. Now we're using the stove now. We're breaking the camper in. She gets in the mood for like vegetables. So yesterday she said, let's get some zucchini and some squash and put it in a frying pan with some butter and push it around and get it soft and browned, you know, and we got a can of black-eyed peas, and she just wanted some vegetables for dinner. And so she got in here and cooked, and I was looking around like, look, I'm over here in the theater chair watching TV. She's cooking in the kitchen. This thing is working. There's so many trailers out there that are so tiny. I mean, we even did it in the Wolf Pub. We had a good time, but this is really like a little apartment. So it's very comfortable for us out here to travel and to do what we're doing right now. And we also have some chicken tenders that she picked up last night at Walmart, and I'm going to put them on the grill with some barbecue sauce. We're going to make that video for you guys. I know you guys like the barbecuing video, and she'll make something in here, and then we'll, bring you. I don't know when they're going to start doing the fireworks. It's probably going to be on the 4th this week, on the actual day, but you'll probably start seeing them, now, because it's getting close. And then we're going to do some golfing. I hope to get out there, and I got me a camera woman now, and she can video a few shots and see what she thinks about that those homes that are on the golf course. So we got a few ideas, a few things we're going to be doing for you. I do appreciate everybody watching the channel. All 110,000 beautiful souls out there that watch this channel. I mean, you're just an amazing group of people. And we read all those comments, folks. Let me just sign off by saying we absolutely read those comments. Your kind, complimentary comments about Miss T, myself, and everything else that we're doing, just living our life, the information that we try to bring and share and reviews and everything else is very much appreciated. And for the ones that, and most of you do, that comment, that have my back on all those other comments that slide in sometimes. Thank you so much for that. You take care of that, and then I come in and take care of it on the other end and blow them out. So we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing, just like you always encourage me to every day. And I encourage you also to keep doing what you're doing. You're a wonderful community out there, and get out there today and crush it.